Six said he's going to start writing his notes for the show.
Yeah, 12 minutes before the show starts.
I would definitely do that 10 minutes before the show.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to Google something.
Google's Googling.
I know.
Please remember, the views and opinions expressed by this show or any other show on DV Radio and its guests are strictly those of said individuals and do not reflect those of the DV Radio staff nor the staff of Dysfunctional Veterans.
Attention, everyone.
You're tuned in live to DV Radio. Online and on the go on your mobile device.
Listeners' discretion is advised.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready for
Hey, you're listening to DV Radio with the old guy. I see Bo, who never leaves his couch for some reason. Google and Recoil, and I don't know where Marquis is at.
I was going to say he probably went to Kroger.
The little garlic sauce is delicious. You alt-right neo-Nazi bastards better stop it right now.
If you use the cheap sauce, it don't taste good.
It tastes like ass.
And I've got an important message.
Joe Junkie and Carrie Crack are perfectly fine for Tombstone.
Well, Carrie Crack is perfectly fine. She's in New Zealand. I would have sex with Brad Pitt.
How can you even read that with a straight face? Well, I've heard that many like short and tuna can girth, so I'm winning in that round apparently.
You're tuned in to WDVR on DVRadio.net or by searching DV Radio on your TuneIn app on your favorite mobile device.
Because this is how it is on DV Radio.
That's right. That is how it is right here on DVRadio.net. Barracks Talk Live. It's February 24th, 2018. I'm Bonerwood. We've got DV6, Google, Recoil, and Marquis Davis is not here this week. How are you all doing?
Hey, I'm here.
Really, Six? You walked 3 feet to close your door.
Thanks a lot, Google.
My God.
Yeah, but he smoked 3 cigarettes in that 3 feet.
Just was doing a live video talking about I had a sheriff on the phone, retired sheriff, and I was trying not to smoke a camera, but they obviously seen me light one. And then when I lit the second one, they're like, "Damn, man, you're on smoke number 2. I haven't even had one yet. I'm going to go have a smoke." I was like, "That's shit."
Oh, man. So how's everybody doing this week?
Well, Six is back home, so that made my week better after the crap week that I had.
Where did Six go? Well, I guess I should tell you. Contrary to popular opinion, no, it wasn't a vacation. I was off the farm. I went on a mini deployment down south. I lived in the backwoods of North Carolina. I still worked. No, I was down visiting. There's a vet that's disabled. He doesn't like that. He likes to be called crippled. But I stayed with him. Actually, he's the head of DV Radio. It's Bo. I went down to go stay with Bo and get some work done. We got a lot done. You know. I set up a tent in his yard, like I do. At one time when I was homeless, I was good at making tents and staying in places I don't belong. But it was miserable the first couple days. I was feeling sorry for myself because it was cold. I left New Hampshire. It's freezing out. As soon as I leave, they get 70-degree weather. I get down there. It goes from 70 to it's 30 degrees out, which is fine for me, but I took the bird. So, and the tent I grabbed was a summer tent. It had a screen roof. So the first 3 days I was improvising, overcoming, and buying all the heaters at Walmart. I finally got it straightened out. And I also stopped feeling sorry for myself when I went, you know, if I had all this crap when I was homeless, it would have been nice. For homeless, this is good.
Hey, Six, I'll tell you what, Walmart is sad when you guys leave here. I've never...
You know who is sad? Was the Flying J in low cap.
Yeah, the stories you told me about that Flying J. I don't know.
You would have thought I really was leaving to go overseas or something when they found out I was leaving after a week and a half. They really were sad to see the bird go. You know, so. But no, thanks for having me down there. And I miss all the dogs. And PTSDog and Nevermore from Disgruntled was down there. And Skeeter, PTSDog's dog. Man, that dog's a big dog. Yo, dog. That's a big, big dog, man.
Yes, he is.
Holy, but he came in the tent. I ambushed PTSDog because we're trying to get his book published, and we need to raise $5,000. If you don't know, there's a GoFundMe on his page at PTSDog. You can click there, and that night that we did the video, we raised a few hundred more. We're just shy of his $5,000 goal, and it's a book all on service dogs and the 88 Act, and it's a how-to guide and answers basic questions. It's a great project that he's working on. Please go help him. Make a small donation if you can. Make a large donation. Get this over with. But yeah, it was down there. So Bo's probably happy to have his front yard back. He can go out and play ball. Oh, he's crippled. He can't go outside. I forgot. Sorry.
I know my mom's missing the sound of Huey and seeing that tin out in their front yard.
Huey, that damn bird. When he was with me, it was like, well, I want to go to bed at 5:30 in the evening. What time is it now?
9:06.
Yeah, that's what time we start. And the damn bird's still up with Google.
No, she went back to bed, I think.
Well, no. So,
hey, how's Huey taking not being able to fly into Daisy's face?
She's doing it. She buzzed Storm a couple times since we've been back. I mean, he's learning not to snatch her out of the air. So, yeah, you guys don't know when we were in his living room. I guess the bird's probably just looking for Google, and we're in the house, and she's flying all around. It's kind of dark, and the bird landed on the dog's head, your dog's head,
and kept
right
flapping.
On the side.
Yep, and kept flapping.
But I'm back now, and if you've emailed the farm in the last, 4 or 5 days, give me a break. I'll eventually get to them emails. I don't even want to open that side of the fucking computer. We got a big donation yesterday of a bunch of lumber from the Howie Carr show, from their mailroom office, which is in New Hampshire. It's good lumber and stuff, so I want to thank them. We'll get a proper letter out. And the farm looks good. They got a lot of work done. Apparently, though, it warmed up, and it's mud season now until we get the snow this weekend. But, yeah, so that's life here. It's good to be home. But we got a lot to talk about tonight, and I'm going to be bringing on a retired deputy to help me understand what the whole, now that the shootings, it's been a week or so, a lot of news is coming out. We'll talk about that, and I know Google's raring to go, and Recoil, if he stays awake, he's like an old guy now. He's taking my place. I'm tired. And Marquis is at, what did you say in the intro? Kruger's?
Something like, yeah, Kruger.
Kroger. I thought you said Kruger. And Bo, you're doing a hell of a job. Tell me about what you do to the website, the DV Radio one.
Oh, it has been completely revamped. I mean, from head to toe, left to right, you name it, we've done it.
Woohoo! So tell me about the website, Bo. What'd you do to it? Any special features?
Sure. What fucking special features?
What the hell is he doing? He's going off script, fucking Trumper.
Yeah, so we have an hour pre-show. 10 minutes before the show begins, I'm going to start writing down notes. 2 minutes before the show starts, this is what we need to talk about. What? But no.
You're doing a hell of a job on the website. It looks awesome.
I was going to say, yeah, we've got everything from podcasts to if you want to be a guest or you want to sponsor us, forums. Everything's right here. Just at the click of a button, literally. It's all self-explanatory. If you have any questions or you have any problems, please send those questions and problems to info@dvradio.net, and we'll try to get it fixed and or answered.
And, yeah. So, with further... Oh, hold on. I got to send Bo a text. Hold on. I got my phone.
2 minute warning.
2 minute warning. So, all right, look. I got to get some things off my chest. And I've been yelling at Bo down at his house. And now that I'm back, I'm saying the same thing. But I covered one subject on the Facebook Live on the page about an hour ago. But there's so much to talk about with the shooting down in Broward County, Florida. From how the media. I don't want to. I'm on the air. But okay, I'll enjoy it.
Dog. The last time I let him out, a second time after he went out, he got skunked. So it's not fucking happening tonight.
And I wasn't the first one to swear. Good. So anyhow, so there's a lot to talk about, from the way the media is portraying it to all the stupid things like these TV commentators like Lawrence O'Donnell getting roasted on Twitter about his how fast a bullet goes compared to a regular handgun. It's just too funny. To everybody regurgitating the same bullet points. To 2 weeks ago, it was kids eating Tide Pods. Now those same kids eating Tide Pods are telling us about what the Constitution's all about. Yeah, okay. There's quite a bit, and everybody's got an opinion. So we're gonna beat this dead horse. Unlike what we can do to that one cop that stayed outside.
It's mostly white kids that are eating Tide Pods. Is that like some kind of ethnic cleansing?
I don't know.
Well, and it's mostly white kids that are talking about gun control.
And it's mostly white kids that shoot up schools. But, all right, and anyhow, there's a lot to talk about. So, I got my opinions on a lot of things. And views and opinions reflected about me do not entirely reflect the staff of DV Radio. But I'm sure they'll fall in line. But anyhow. So, I got a special guest coming on. He was a deputy for 19 years, a county sheriff's office, I believe he can tell you. He's also a former Marine. And I talked to him today. I was trying to understand, how can this deputy do what he did, or how did he even get that job? Why was he even there? And stuff like that. So, I guess I got to talk for a couple more minutes. I guess the 2-minute warning didn't work.
Hey, it's not my fault. You're the one that didn't give him a time.
I said, listen to the show and be ready. I thought I was going to call him on the phone, but I forgot I can't do that when I do this. But so far, the meme, in the old days, something like this tragedy would happen, the memes would be gold, but everybody's offended now. So. And the lights just went on. Uh-oh, we're at DEFCON 1. She's outside. So, until he comes on. So now I hear it's not just one deputy. The deputy that was assigned to the school, from what I hear, a lot of times that's not a job as a reward. That's usually given to somebody that's like sucks at what they're doing. So let's just, we can't fire them. So let's stick them somewhere. And that's just a damn shame, So when we get him on, we'll talk about that. But how can you imagine the cops that he embarrassed are now the same ones protecting his fucking fat ass at his house, because this deputy he retired the next day is getting death threats. Anybody want to put money on how long he lasts?
Well, maybe we should take away his retirement because he's thinking about moving out of the state.
Well, somebody brought up a good point, take his pension. He's going to get he's going to get over $100,000 a year. 100,000.
Yeah. 105. Yeah, it's 105,000 or something. It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, the reasoning is that he was, overpowered or whatever. Like he couldn't stand up to the shooter because, like you said, Six, according to Lawrence O'Donnell, the bullet of an AR-15 travels faster than a bullet from a handgun. By a
that guy's been smoking
difference.
way too many donuts. I don't know.
And apparently it's a significant difference.
Yeah. Well.
And then the other 3 deputies that showed up that didn't go into the school, I've heard directly from the sheriff, from which sheriff or police department got
Robert.
there?
It rhymes with coward.
No, not the Broward one. The other one that showed up. fucking forget the name of them.
The good guys?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
Just
their chief of police
pretend
said
you're
that
mainstream media, facts don't matter.
Hey,
their chief of police
claimed
someone's not muted.
What the
I
fuck
know,
is all
right?
that noise?
Someone wasn't
Turn your
muted.
fucking radio down.
The chief of police from the other police department that showed up, that those guys did go inside, he said that the deputies didn't go inside because no one really knew where the shooter was, and so it would have just caused more confusion. Because, and I'm like, that's bullshit.
So we got on the line we're gonna got a retired deputy. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay.
Heard you're a little bit angry, huh? So you're just like that guy? You were a deputy?
Yeah, I had the same job.
So what kind of person gets a job like that in a school?
Well, the one that got
most likely how did he get it? What do you think?
most likely what he got. He was a road deputy, and everybody lost confidence in him. And so what they do is they'll let him. I mean, it's too damn politically correct to just fire their ass, and so they let him serve out his time at a school, praying nothing like this had ever happened. Sure shit, it did.
And how angry are you?
These
is this a representation of what all these school officers that work in this job are going to do?
No, I mean, I think what they need to start doing is getting the best of the departments and putting them in schools because of situations like this.
You imagine that guy's been there who knows how long. That's an easy job. That's right. I mean, I'm sure, he's got to break up, lunchroom fights and stuff like that. But as far as the stressors go, that's nothing compared to being on the road or a patrol officer, right?
Exactly. I mean, you're breaking up fights. You're writing truancies. You're sending them.
Oh my God, that's so dangerous.
Yeah.
Searching book bags.
Ooh.
Hey, you got a high assault fucking capacity pencil there. Give me that.
Exactly. This son of a bitch sat outside while all these kids were sitting there wondering where in the hell he was at. Because he knew them.
Now, you think those kids, you had said, what do you think was going on? The kids knew this cop, this deputy, and probably what do you think was going on in the minds of the kids, knowing that they had a police officer at the school? Tell me, what do you think?
The conversation had to be going through their heads, or probably even inside the classrooms, as all these shots were being fired, and they were sitting there saying to each other, hey, he's out there and he should be on the way. Or maybe they even thought, hey, he's dead out there. And they thought that his friend their friend that was also their school resource officer was dead out there. And this son of a bitch was out there hiding in the fucking bushes.
Somebody said that the reason why he couldn't come in was the bullet he had was he couldn't get his top pocket open.
Real quick, I want to get your thoughts on this. I've seen multiple news outlets say that Scott Peterson, the deputy, believed he did a good job. What does that? Yeah,
what?
Yeah, I've seen that in a few places.
What did he do? He cowered outside. I mean, even they did without they took off of the stand down order is what they called it after Columbine, because they were so tired of cops doing absolutely nothing, and the cops were actually pissed off because they couldn't go in Columbine, but they had to wait on SWAT. But
really
now that
quick,
they've taken it away, then this son of a bitch just sat outside during this. Even if there had been a stand down order, how in the hell can you stand outside and do absolutely nothing?
Just really quick, I'm just going to read this excerpt from this article, and this is exactly what it says. According to the official, Broward County Deputy Scott Peterson thought he carried out his responsibilities during the Valentine's Day rampage, even though he failed to enter the school and engage a suspect who authorities say killed 17 students and faculty members with an AR-15 style assault rifle. In quotations, he believed he did a good job calling in the location, setting up the perimeter, and calling in the description of the suspect, Jeff Bell, president of the Broward Sheriff's Office Deputies Association.
All right, so if one guy says one thing, yeah, but the proof is right there. We all know, and we got on the phone here a retired deputy of 19 years who worked in doing a similar job and all that, and knows the know-how of how these sheriff offices work and stuff. So compared to what he was going through to what an average officer goes through. I think somebody on the radio staff here, Google had said it or something, or Bo maybe, whoever said it. But it was like, it's one time where, one minute the kids are like, they're quick to shoot, and here's a time where they're wishing that they have one of those cops out there. Tell me, even if he had gone in there, do you think he could have made it? What are your thoughts if he'd gone in?
If he had gone in, I think that he would have had the advantage. I don't give a shit if he was armed with a pistol and the shooter had the rifle. I think that the cop would have had the advantage. The reason being is he had surprise. Yeah. He would have heard where the gunshots were coming from. He would have been able to advance on that. Peek around corners, use any of the training that he had. He could have set up the ambush for the shooter.
Somebody like this. Now, even knowing what we know now, and this guy being able to retire, how big of a stigma is this? This even though there's they're saying that he's not a representation of all y'all. We all know in the media that's what y'all are being painted with. Is this guy?
It seems like that we are, and it's because they always draw out the one really bad cop. It's like the shootings. Yeah. The one that I particularly remember is that white officer shooting a black guy in the back as he's running away from him at an unarmed old black guy. And I'm thinking, that cop right there, he's a murderer. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, all those years and money, and it's finally timed that, that's all you needed we needed you that one time.
Yep. And he did absolutely nothing.
What do you think is the conversation going on in that sheriff's department? Do you know anything about that sheriff's department there?
I know absolutely nothing about Israel Smith's sheriff's office, but I can tell you from an outside looking in, that's kind of on the inside, is that there's a lot of departments out there that are changing policies now and upping their training to try to prevent this from ever happening again, and more than likely weeding out any of these officers that don't have the nerve to go and engage in a firefight.
Well, hey, thanks a lot for coming on. I appreciate your input. And I understand you guys have had a bad several years as far as PR wise go, but before you go, can you give me a little bit, help us understand, for somebody, the average police officer that does the traffic stops or patrolling, what do you call those guys? The patrol officers?
Road deputies.
What's that like? Put us in your shoes, to get up every day, and what's what it's like not to know whether this will be a last stop or not, or how unsure you are of every stop.
It makes the job very, very high stress, and it'll give everybody.
You mean pulling somebody over for speeding is high stress?
Oh yeah.
Why is that?
Well, because you don't know if that asshole you just stopped for doing 90 in a 50 mile an hour zone is going to shoot at you because he's not real happy about getting a $300 ticket.
Or he's high on meth.
Or he's high on meth. Or
you could be out chasing real, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah, I totally get it, and I'm being sarcastic for those retards that don't know. James, thank you for coming on, and yeah, I appreciate it, brother. Stay tough, and I'll be talking to you soon.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Six.
All right, bye. He, you know, and Bo, you were bringing it up. People are getting on the keyboards and never done it. It's you know, it's like going on patrol. You know, it's boredom with that one brief moment of chaos and excitement.
Yeah. No.
People want to do that. So here's the other thing. There's a lot to cover. But I want to go into another area, and what I'm watching is how everybody gets whipped up into a frenzy by the shooting. And yes, dead children is not good. I understand that. But how the media, for whatever reason, well, one, there's just people hell-bent. They don't believe you should own firearms. You're a coward. You got a little tick. You're a redneck and this and that. And they're stereotyping everybody that has firearms. The NRA is the best thing to happen. They're protecting people's rights, you know, to have firearms. It's in the Constitution and this and that. And I totally believe in that. But the media, I want to get into that. And it's like you put stuff in front of, you know, on the TV, and you whip everybody up, and that's the next. They get the drum beats going, and everybody's upset about it. But how easy is it to do it if you know, the VA's killing vets every day? If you show dead people on TV every day of illegals that aren't supposed to be driving, well, you know, don't have a license, and you know, should have been out of the country 6 fucking times, you know. Why is this happening? This happened again? You know, you could do the same thing. They're telling us what's important. So.
That's right. Well,
you heard so much in the news. There's so much. Bo told me about the guy saying about the one bullet's faster than the others, and it's like a fraction of a millisecond.
It's so slow that you obviously can make a difference between a handgun and a quote-unquote assault rifle.
I mean, yeah, there's plenty of time to catch
everything's an
handgun
assault
bullet.
Please don't say that.
An assault handgun. That makes perfect sense now. That's why Superman was always able to stop speeding bullets.
But he couldn't stop speeding AR rounds?
Exactly. Because all they had back then were handguns.
I just watch. If you put in front of everybody, you know, nobody cares about the VA. You know, it doesn't sell anything, but dead kids do.
I like the excuse of, well, he didn't know where the shooter was. You pretty much just run towards the sound of gunfire, okay?
Yeah, right. That's another thing we brought up in the video. You know, most of us who trained for this shit run towards the sound. I mean, the guy, the guy that was in shorts and he was a police officer. I think he was cutting the lawn next door or something. He hears the shots and he runs to it without a fucking vest, and he goes inside the school.
And
come the fuck on.
Whoa, hold on. You can't just run towards the sound of gunfire. Again, this is coming from Lawrence O'Donnell, because the gunfire could be echoing through the hallway, so you have to figure out exactly where it is coming from.
How many
because all of the echoes in all of the hallways in the school can make it very difficult to determine this.
He's the same guy that couldn't figure out who had that fucking hammer.
I know.
Who's got that fucking hammer? I wish we had a real radio station where you can play the clip, man. Is it upstairs? Somebody go upstairs. That's a fucking hammer.
Stop the hammering. Just stop it. Stop the hammering.
But look, the media, it's just, that's all, everybody's swallowing this up, and the kids are out there marching. You know, there's 360 plus million people in this country, and a few that come over the border every day, and like me.
No, I said a few that come over the border.
Yeah, a few, and then there's more than there are people. There are weapons in this country. If there was a fucking problem, you know, one guy goes out, blanket punishments. It's like the military. One guy got a DUI, so the whole post can't drink. That fixed everything. You know? Okay. So, yeah. And you know what? And once, let's say tomorrow, all the guns were gone. Well, then good. well, Timothy McVeigh, you can make bombs, and people will always make whatever. But it's not about that. It's about the right to bear arms. And there was a reason. First of all, the government's getting a little crazy as it is. There have been times where it'll come. You'll see. Maybe not my generation.
What I find
freedom
funny
is only one generation away from. You're always one generation away from losing it. If you don't
what I
protect
find
it.
funny about these gun laws and bans that everybody wants to instill on America is when you bring up the fact that we had a ban during Columbine, they say, well, those kids had bought those before. No, those kids didn't buy them. They took them from other people.
Right.
They didn't buy them.
You can do whatever you want, pass any law, and it's not about whether they break it or not. Somebody hell-bent. There's always crazy people. There's evil in the world.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's why we need to take all the guns away from everyone who has a mental health disorder.
No, we don't.
Didn't you know? I mean, that's what the whole issue is here. And
you brought up a good point.
And the other issue is toxic masculinity. That is the only reason that this whole shooting happened, apparently.
Right, let's go
toxic
back.
masculinity.
So Google brought up that mental health thing. So I heard this one on the news too, and I seen it. And one of the congressmen, if you are deemed mentally incompetent by the VA, and have your checks given to somebody else manage your money, you should not have firearms. How many of y'all gone to a comp and pen and walked out of it where they said you couldn't get the check, but it has to go to a payee because something you said that makes them think you can't manage your money. So automatically, then you got they would contact the FBI, who would contact the local sheriff. They come down, take it. You don't know. Doesn't mean you're. This is just a slippery slope. And next it'll be butter knives. I mean, I know it sucks. Since 9/11, we haven't had planes in this country anymore. We got rid of them all. And, there hasn't been any more hijackings because we took away all the planes.
That has nothing to do with the billions of dollars we spent to create a TSA at all, just to make that clear.
Now, so here's a school, they're talking, now everybody's talking about we need to make the schools a hard target. Is that what they're saying now? No, we need to harden the schools. Well, fortifying them, sure. If you can spend billions and millions of dollars on whatever, giving it away to people who don't work and this and that. You can get the federal government can give out grants for schools to have, I don't know about a deputy.
It's funny. When I was in high school,
for the children.
when I was in high school, I remember the doors were always locked. I mean, and it wasn't to keep shooters out. Actually, I think they started really locking. Well, no, I think they really started locking the doors because most of us between classes, we would go out for a cigarette and come right back in. And once they started locking the doors, guess what? You couldn't go out unless you had someone at the door waiting for you to come back in.
Well, I totally agree. They should, if you want to beef up security at the schools, it's easy. You created, like Bo said, created a whole nother bureaucracy with the TSA. The chances of you going on a plane that were hijacked, we have air marshals still on them. They have cockpit doors that are hardened. Schools is just a building. We spent billions and billions on prisons. Our roads are falling apart. Our bridges are falling apart. Government bureaucrats make tons of money and they work 4 years, elected for 4 years, and then they collect a pension. People who come to this country given welfare and stuff and don't require to work. Free health care. That's great. So there's all this tax money. I don't have a problem with that. But the people the way it works is the way schools get their money is usually, from the lottery and from property taxes. So think about that.
Yes. Well, if you guys want to, we can continue this on the other side of the break. Let you guys.
Yes, and then we'll talk about the memes that came out. Yeah.
Yeah, so you are tuned in to Barracks Talk right here on dvradio.net. If you haven't and you're listening to it on podcast, be sure you subscribe. And we'll be back after this break.
DV Radio.
My name is David Libby.
And he proceeded to take the 30 joints and put them in people's shoes, backpacks, luggage, all that.
Welcome to Contraband. Our guest is Johnny Cornwall, Jeff Vicente, Chris Brother Latham. He's the band of SOSRA, and I get to cackle on there every now and then. Well, the guy that owns the Chinese food place, his name is Art.
DB Radio.
You're listening to WDVR, only on DVRadio.net. You're listening to Barracks Talk with DV6, Google, Recoil, Marquis Davis, and Bonerwood.
That's right. You are tuned in to Barracks Talk on DVRadio.net. How about the Olympics? You know, that men's curling team. I seriously think their masturbation game could be on point. I'm just saying, thought I'd put that out there. Anyway, if you're not following us on Twitter, go to @DV_DV Radio. We got a poll up over there right now. It is, if you were able to pay for content for DV Radio and see or hear it before anyone else, would you? Knowing those funds would go back into DV Radio for more content, better quality equipment, software, etc. Just click yes or no. And, yeah, it's just the thought that we're throwing around. We've been talking about the Florida shooting that happened Valentine's Day. We talked about the deputy that didn't go in. What are you guys doing right now? Do you still want to continue that discussion?
Well, Six told me that I had to talk about a meme that he posted.
Of course.
Which we thought was hilarious. Well, some of the comments are pretty good, too. So the meme is, just last week, Congress was calling on Tide to change the design of the pods so teenagers would stop eating them. This week, teenagers should determine gun policy. And so some of the comments are, of course, you know, kind of shame on DB and da-da-da, make fun of the kids. Well, one guy posted a picture of Cookie Monster eating Tide Pods, which is hilarious. Yeah, I thought the meme was really funny. Yep.
Sorry, I didn't go through the comments because I'm streaming a show, and if I do that, you know.
Well, there's another meme from I don't know who the guy is in the photo, but it says, I absolutely refuse to debate gun control with people who eat soap and are confused by bathrooms. Some of the memes are pretty funny that have been surfacing after this. But
before Six gets back, just to all the people that are listening, either live or on podcast, when this goes up, be sure that you let Six know that we have a pre-show for a reason, so we know what the fuck we're doing later on in the show.
Well, you know.
But yeah, how was your week this week, Google? Besides Six finally coming in and showing up.
How was my week? Well, I spent 4 hours one night airing out the house because varnish was used in my basement. Which stunk up the whole house. And right after I spent those 4 hours airing out the house, I let the dog out to go pee because it was 11:30 at night and I was going to bed. And he got skunked.
Oh, nice. So you got to smell that for a little while. That seems pleasant.
For a little while. You mean all night? I barely slept that night. I took him to Petco the next day because apparently they have a skunk package. It's a full head to tail package where they get rid of the skunk stuff, which was very nice. So, and then I had to shampoo the backseat of my car because I couldn't stick them back in my car with the oils. And
nice. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell us after that big adventure?
Dude, that was the worst day of my week.
Okay. Hey, Recoil.
I'm still trying to figure out how big a skunk's package is.
Well, you see, if you take X and you multiply it by Y, divide that by Z.
Oh man.
How was your week, Recoil?
Oh, the same as the week before, and the one before that, and the few before that.
So long ass fucking days at work.
Yeah, just work, busy. That's what I do.
Busy, buzz, busy. How's the new guy that, well, you've got two new guys. I know one guy you said was doing great, and the other one he was just needing to learn his way around the shop the last time we talked about him.
Yep, still about the same.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Very nice. So engaging. So, me and you found out something about rattlesnakes earlier, didn't we?
Yes, they have teats.
They have teats. Yeah, I heard around this time, or actually, the season's actually starting to come around where they start to, nurse their young.
Yep.
You want to watch out for rattlesnake mothers while they nurse their young. It's coming up. It's just around the corner. They're really hyperactive around that time. They will strike because they're protecting their young. So watch out for that.
Because so many of us live near rattlesnakes.
Right. I do.
I do too.
But if you can catch a female rattlesnake while her mammary glands are full, you can get really rich because they use them on the Asian market for medicinal purposes.
Yes, I hear that it helps men with, impotence? Is that what it's called?
Impotence.
Impotence. It also, it can, and it has been known to help women with vaginal leakage. So you don't have to buy chemical-made products.
Not to be confused with anal leakage.
Not to be confused with anal leakage. Leakage.
That's a new word. I think we need to put that in the thesaurus.
Leakage. Holy hell. Oh, man. Google's over there rolling her eyes and shaking her head back and forth at you and me right now.
Yeah.
Look, snakes do not have tits.
Oh my God, snakes don't have tits? Oh, Jesus. Earlier, Recoil, you had stepped away for a smoke, I believe, before the show began. And Google's sitting there and she's like, I'm going to Google something. And I went, oh my God, Google's Googling. Like, that's the first thing that came to mind. Like, Google's Googling.
She's like, let me ask myself a question.
Google Googled.
Well, sometimes I need to Google things. I don't know everything.
I'm curious now, does Google Google things that Google doesn't know? If Google doesn't know something, how many times does Google have to Google something before Google knows what Google needs to know and find out?
Well,
it just asks Siri.
Did you know they have a new voice for Siri? I did not know that until the other day. It's not.
I'm not an Apple guy, so.
I'm not either, but I follow
I'm
a lot
actually
of.
quite the opposite.
I follow a lot of voice actors, so I keep up with that stuff. But they changed it, and I can't remember the original woman's name. She was really great, loved her voice. But when they switched over to this new voice, Siri no longer just automatically talked to you, like for navigational purposes, like in 100 feet, turn left. She no longer does that automatically.
Oh man.
Oh man. And why do we call it? Why is it that when we come out with voices for things like that, it's always a female? Have you ever noticed that?
I've wondered the same thing.
And I mean, there's so many feminists out there that are so offended that women are portrayed a certain way, but yet everything that comes out voice-wise is a woman 98% of the time.
And nobody says anything about it.
Yeah, and typically women are horrible with directions.
Right? Except that Drew Lynch guy. That Drew Lynch guy, he beats them all.
I want Rick James on my GPS. Turn left, bitch!
I just thought of fuck your couch. I had to watch what I was about to say there. Cocaine.
Oh boy.
It's a hell of a drug.
Fucking Snoogie says, "How dare you assume the voice is gender?"
Oh man. Ozzy Osbourne GPS. Shout it! Fucking, I can hear. No, we need to get a 6 GPS navigational voice. That's what we do. That's what we do. What the fuck?
I like purposely making a couple of wrong turns and have my GPS get all pissed off. Recalculating.
I had one on our GPS for a while. It was a fucking squirrel. And me and my mom loved it for the first 5 minutes. After that, I wanted to fucking murder that goddamn squirrel. Holy
you gonna murder me?
Hey, what's up, Six? Welcome back to Barracks
I was
Talk.
listening to you on the podcast, and you were talking about wrong turns. I was at Fort Meade yesterday visiting a
Wait a minute,
doctor.
Six, you couldn't have been listening to us on podcast. It hasn't been published to a podcast
The radio,
yet.
whatever that thing, the website, whatever. So listen,
On the website.
so I was when I first got there, they were explaining to me, look, NSA is right there. That's where the shooting was when that car ran the barrier, whatever. When you leave here, it's real easy. Just go left. Do not turn right when you get to the end of this road. So I'm like, okay, yeah. So they said that when I got there. Then when I'm leaving, they're all coming out wishing me off, right? And they're like, now remember, just go to the end of the right here. Just go left. I go, yeah, it's not hard. So I got to the end of the road and put my right turn signal on, and they all flipped out.
Turd.
It was screaming, left, no, you're going to my fucking face. Right next door to that building. Yeah, it was too funny.
You know, honestly, that's one of my pet peeves on the road is when somebody's in a turning lane to turn one way and they've got their lights to turn that way, yet they turn the exact opposite.
That's me. I do that on purpose.
Well, one of these days, karma's going to be a bitch to you.
That's already. Have you seen my face?
So did you tell the story to Google or anyone about when you left my house and not even got 2 minutes down the road, Six?
Why are you biting me?
Because I'm turned on.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
Did you tell
him out?
Did you tell?
I'll take him out.
Okay, so Six is going to take him out, and I guess I'm going to have to be left here to tell the story. But anyway, he's got. Really, I'm going to shoot him. I'm going to shoot him with an assault fork. Anyway, so Six leaves my house the other day, right? I'm not even joking. Didn't get 2 minutes down the road, and he calls. First words out of his mouth. What would you say, and how would you feel if I just maybe, perhaps, ran off into the ditch? So the first thing that goes through my mind is, oh shit, my mom's here by herself and she's going to have to go get this shit truck out of the fucking ditch. Then he goes on to tell me, so I look back to make sure the bird cage isn't falling, and when I look up, a dog's in front of me. He didn't run off into the ditch, but he ran off the side of the road. But the first words out of his mouth is, what would you say if I ran off into the ditch less than a quarter mile down your road? And I'm like, really? You want to give somebody a fucking heart attack? Is that your goal here?
That's exactly his goal.
Because, I mean, you've seen how he packs. A gust of wind could have picked that truck up and fucking moved it if it hit it just right. That's how he packed the truck. So I'm thinking, well, it probably did go in the ditch if that's the case. Nope. He just wanted to give me and my mom a fucking heart attack. That's all.
Of course.
And my mom's over here. She's like really getting ready to go out the door and go see what's wrong, make sure he's all right. Nope. He just thought he'd give us a heart attack to begin with and didn't tell us the true story. Oh, man. So Six was supposed to, have all the topics for this show, and he left.
I know, right? He was like, that's it, I'm done. During the commercial.
Oh, my God.
What the fuck over?
So, March 4th, that's a Sunday at 20:08 p.m. Eastern Time, PTSDog's show Service Dog show will be airing. You guys remember that veteran that was in the restaurant and the black lady got all, "Oh my God, your dog's ass is at my table." Blah, blah. You remember that? You guys remember that? It went viral. Well, that veteran is PTSDog's guest for that episode. You guys want to check that out. You guys do want to hear that. It's actually pretty interesting. I mean, there's some stuff in there I didn't expect. But yeah, that is Sunday, March 4th at 2000, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on dvradio.net. He has a new show every other Sunday, and on the opposite Sundays, that's a rerun. So if you missed it the week prior, you get to catch up. And if you want to listen to it anytime, just go to Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, and a lot of other places where you can download podcasts. And be sure that you look up DV Radio and subscribe.
I'm sorry. I'm trolling Facebook. There's a lot of good memes.
Nice.
About the whole gun thing. Sorry.
Well,
I'll give you this one. Hold on. I've got to give you this one. It's hilarious. It's a picture of Trump with his hands like on his head, and he's like, "Oh man!" And it says, "They think I'm Hitler and want me to take their guns away."
Jesus Christ.
And then the other one is, "You can't demand that Trump should make stricter gun laws if he's not your president."
Right, you gotta wait another 3 years.
It's so funny. I'm sorry.
I haven't watched the actual Olympics in quite some time, but you can't help but see shit in the news and all. So today I'm sitting here scrolling through the internet, and the headline read that I came across: "After losing to USA, Canadian hockey player refuses to wear silver medal." Not joking. Defenseman Jocelyn LaCroix showed her clear disappointment, but she does have a gold from Sochi. That is the headline of this news article. And it's the first, it's a woman. It's a women's hockey team. And you would think that women wanting to show that women aren't, all humbug over everything. She would be pretty fucking proud of that silver medal. Nope. If we all can't have a gold medal, I'm not gonna wear my silver. That's pretty much what the fuck she said. It's like...
Well, who was it? There was another female that didn't win the gold. She got, bronze, and they didn't... And NBC did an interview with her, and she's all crying. She's like, "I worked so hard for this, and I can't..." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I'm like, "Oops, sorry. You didn't win."
Well... The other thing that I wanted to bring up was the whole thing that Six brought up earlier about Lawrence O'Donnell. Isn't that the asshole's name? MSNBC asshole dickhead says a bullet fired from an AR-15 travels 3 times faster than one from a handgun. And yet the president and the NRA think giving teachers guns will stop a school shooter. The fact that people believe this shit, which it does travel faster, but the fact that, you can tell a difference in a speeding fucking bullet meant to fucking kill something, it's just laughable. I mean, and the fact that people are believing what these people say, it's, and then the people that are, pretty much giving him a new asshole, it's even better. This one, where does it say? Do police bullets move faster than a teacher's gun? That one, I laughed for a little bit on that one. So, and then this one guy actually done the math, meaning that at 50 feet, it's the difference between 0.015 seconds and 0.046 seconds. That's the difference there. That's the world you guys live in. And yeah, Mungo Jerry has a cherry vape juice. If that's what you guys want to hear. You guys want to hear about that?
What?
But
No,
the Lawrence O'Donnell thing, yeah, I'm just appalled at this shit. Like,
I'm sorry, but how stupid can people really be?
obviously
This
beyond
officer,
stupid.
this sheriff's deputy was outgunned because the gunman had an AR-15, and those bullets fly much faster than ones from a handgun.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
They also say a 22 can't kill anybody. Yeah, it can. I've seen it done. It's going to happen. A bullet is a fucking bullet, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, come the fuck on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in other news, if we want to get away from this whole shooting topic, there are other things that are going on in the world, such as this woman in Seattle, Washington, went to their local newspaper complaining that all of a sudden there was a Confederate flag flying in her neighborhood, and she wanted the newspaper to investigate and write a story about it. Well, it turns out that Confederate flag was really a Norwegian flag.
I was about to say, are you talking about the Norwegian flag?
Yep.
They both
I'm
have
sorry.
crosses. They both have crosses, so that means it must be a Confederate flag.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You're going to confuse a country's flag with that of the Confederate flag? I don't think so. Like, how retarded are you?
The only
man.
mix up I could see is when you like glance at a flag that's not blowing in the wind and it's curled up, and you see the blue and the red and the white. Yeah, I can understand you, and hey, they've got a Confederate flag, but not go, oh my God, that Norwegian flag is a Confederate flag because it has a cross on it. God.
Exactly. I'm like, what is wrong with people? Like, Like, oh man, when I heard about that, I was dying laughing. I'm like, how fucking retarded are people, really?
That reminds me of the Scotsman a few weeks ago that you talked about that seen the stuffed tiger.
I know.
Like, the fucking tiger hasn't moved its head, it hasn't blinked, it hasn't moved its paws, it's not breathing, but yet it's coming to kill you. Better call the police and SWAT team. Oh my God.
Well, and then they have a 45-minute standoff with the damn thing.
Right? The only thing that I can see with the police and SWAT, 5 to 10 minutes, to get in place and to make sure that everything's okay. After 10 minutes of that motherfucker not moving because there's, activity going on around it, I'm going to assume that it's either a stuffed or a fucking taxidermied fucking animal. Like, really, people.
Oh, yeah. Man, people are so fucking retarded.
But yeah, Recoil, I just brought it up. I don't know if you've seen it in my news feed. Mungo Jerry has a vape juice called Mungo Cherry.
Oh, how cool.
Right? I saw that, and I'm done. Man, I'm done. I'm done with products. I'm done with merchant. I'm done with the product world, apparently. Maybe that's what TV needs to do, is get a vape juice.
DV vape juice?
Bacon flavored.
DV ear candles.
Man, that shit right there, somebody got all over me because of that post I made in my messages. They were like, you don't understand what a candle in the ear can do for someone. And I'm like, yeah, ruin your fucking ear canal. Like, even the ear, nose, throat specialist tells you that's one of the worst things you could possibly do to your ears.
What, stick a hunk of flaming paper in your ear? I don't see what the problem is.
But look at all that gunky, disgusting stuff, and it comes out after it burns. I mean, come on.
They have this little amazing thing. It's like a little tiny cardboard stick that has like a cotton ball twisted onto the end of it.
Yep.
Yeah, that does a pretty good job of digging wax out of your ear, too.
Oh, that's
even though it says right on the box not to stick it in your ear.
Well,
what the fuck else am I going to do with it?
Well, technically speaking, you're not supposed to clean the earwax out of your ears unless it's like a big buildup of gunk and it's leaking out of your ears anyway. Earwax actually dries up and falls out of your ear on its own. But yeah, it's like those people that use the candles for their ears remind me of the people that use the shrink wraps around their belly to lose weight. You're losing fucking water. God damn it, you're not. It's going to be going for 2 days and be right back. Fucking retards.
That's like that thing that they're using now. It's basically like a TENS unit that they stick on their abs.
Oh my god!
Because they're too lazy to do sit-ups.
Man, I've had to use a TENS unit for my back before. It did no good because it's fucking bones, but it does nothing for your muscles except fucking tenderize the fuck out of them.
You can get a six pack while drinking a 6-pack.
Oh, did you guys see that Roto Wipe post I made?
Yes.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Looks like a street sweeper for your asshole.
Yeah, I put it up on the main on the main. Or I had 6 put it up on the main DV page. Oh my god, I saw that and I was like, I've got to do an ad for this, and I just started typing. That's the shit I do in the middle of the fucking night, you guys. I do stupid shit like that. We ought to make an actual ad for it. You'll feel some stinging at first, but then you'll fall in love with the Roto Wipe. Don't have time to turn left or right and unravel that toilet paper? Is it too hard to rip a piece of paper off of a perforated roll made to clean your bum? We have the solution. The new advanced technology that is Roto Wipe is now here. Like, tell me you couldn't sell that.
Some idiot will buy it.
Well, have you seen some of the shit on these seen on TV bullshit products?
Hey, there's some people in America, quite a few of them, in fact, that are so large they can't even wipe their own ass. So that thing can come in pretty handy.
That's actually why they have that wipe extender. I'm not joking. There's a wipe extender you put toilet paper on the end of to help you reach your asshole to wipe. I wish I could make this shit up. I'm not. It's a fucking stick. You put toilet paper on it. You wipe your ass if you can't get your arm back there. Holy shit. There's also a remote control for the clapper if you guys didn't know.
What?
Yeah, there's a remote control for the clapper. There's a remote control for the clapper. I'll say that again. That clap on, clap off, there's a remote for that shit.
Well, I mean, it makes sense if you don't know how to clap.
Right, or if you only have one arm.
Recoil.
You're so horrible.
Why not? I'm not going to go there. I better not. Somebody will get me. I better not. I'll shut my mouth. Oh, shit. So how are you guys doing?
Doing good, doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. We have a wonderful Shots Fired segment tonight. That's coming up.
I always look forward to those. Fender does a good job with those.
Yeah, he does. Just some guy behind the mic ranting about the bullshit going on. I love it.
Yep.
Fucking love it. Oh, me. That reminds me. Let me see if I can find it. I've been working on this. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to pull a 6. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I've actually been putting together a rant line push since nobody wants to do rants anymore.
I know, because they're freaking boring. This would have been a great week for rants, but no.
Right?
No, we can't do that.
Those lazy DVs.
Here you go. Since you did your curling thing, Bo, I got a meme for you. The most amazing thing about curling is that they found 2 men who can work a broom.
Oh my god. Okay, I've got it right here. You guys tell me what you think. I don't know how I'll feel about it just yet. Here we go.
You know what really grinds my gears?
So many people think I care about their opinion, but I don't.
You know what I mean, Diane. You know that I love you. Now get out of my room!
Oh, you want to go and I press charges? Look, I'm disabled and I have problems.
Leave us your 30-second rant on dysfunctionalveterans.com so you can hear it on the upcoming episode of Barracks Talk only on dvradio.net.
You, America. Fuck you!
Yeah. So there's that.
It's amazing.
Wow, c'est cool, ça. So that 30-second bit, you want to know how long it took me to fucking edit that shit together?
4 days.
Too fucking long. A lot of long, late nights. That's how long it took me. That's the shit I do. For you assholes.
More than 4.
Hours. I'm talking about hours. I don't know how many days. I don't fucking look at days anymore.
Oh, okay. They all fall into one, right?
For me, yes.
Every day is Saturday.
Oh, man. I wish some days. Oh, man. Yes, for 30 seconds, Negative Pie. Spooky Cat said she's going to be in the hospital in a couple weeks. That's not good.
Well, motherfucker.
Well, I'll send you a fuck you get well soon card if I can. If you'll allow me. If you'll allow DV, I should say.
I guess that would mean that Spooky has to say which hospital.
Well, there's not too many that I would go to in the area that Spooky lives to, but
okay.
I mean,
so just send one to each of the hospitals,
and then when Spooky gets in the chat, we'll hear all about how many letters got. Oh my god, good. Jesus.
I can see that. Start calling all the hospitals. Is Spooky Cat there?
Yes. This is DV Bonerwood from dvradio.net, the COO of. I'm looking for a DV Spooky Cat. A DV Spooky Cat. Last name Cat. First name DV. Middle name Spooky. I so should fucking do that. You better, you know what? I think I might now. If Spooky Cat really does email me that, I might do that. Oh my god. That'd go over well, Spooky said.
That's hilarious.
Whatever it is, Spooky, we truly hope everything's okay, and you better be back here in the chat in your home right after that. If not, I'm going to call that hospital and ask where Spooky Cat is. Oh, man. I'm sorry about tonight, guys. You know, Six actually told us he had a lot of topics for the fucking show. He had a subtopic for every fucking topic, for every subject of a topic, which ended up going into Google's news. Obviously, he lied to us.
I can pull up some news if you want me to.
No, it's not Google's news segment, okay?
Then he took the dog out and never returned.
Well, since you mentioned dog, here's the dog's bedtime prayer. It's really quite cute, but I'll read it real fast. Now lay me down to sleep. The king-sized bed is soft and deep. I sleep right in the center groove. My human beings can hardly move. I've trapped their legs, they're tucked in tight, and here is where I pass the night. No one disturbs me or dares intrude till morning comes and I want food. I sneak up slowly to begin and nibble on my human's chin. For mornings here it's time to play. I always seem to get my way. So thank you, Lord, for giving me this human person that I see, the one who hugs me and holds me tight and shares their bed with me at night.
Whoa.
It is quite cute.
I can't. Okay.
Man, that's Storm to a T. Although he doesn't nibble my chin, he bites my arm. He chews my arm. He doesn't break skin. He chews.
Speaking of nibbling and chewing, you might want to tell Six that Yogi grabbed on the Blue and bit him today. He was walking by. My mom had went to the bathroom, and you guys know how Blue follows my mom around everywhere. He goes to go to the door and wait on her. Yogi's standing there eating his food, and he just grabbed him, like, get the fuck away. Like, you got in my gang territory, yo. I graffitied this place. I graffitied this place with my pee. You didn't. I was here first. But, yeah, you might want to tell Six that. Tell him about his little boy.
He's already upstairs.
Tell him about his sweet little boy, Yogi.
Oh, man.
Oh, me.
Yogi's funny. I like Yogi.
Yogi has one more out there personality, let me tell you. So my mom's putting on the harness on Blue. Believe it was this morning.
Blue is
the little puppy, the little bitty puppy that you thought was oh so cute. And so we found the old harness that we had gotten Yogi a while back, and my mom goes to put it on him. Oh my God, you would have thought it was another dog that we put it on. Like, he was so, I don't know if he was aggravated or pissed off or upset or what, but he gave my mom that stink eye and got up in the computer chair, looked down at Blue, and then looked up at my mom like, you're stooping me down to his level now, huh? Like, it was great. Man. It was great. Oh, me. So, if you didn't know, we have a forum called Be a Guest. It's under the More tab on dvradio.net. If you want to be a guest, if you have a show segment or a show idea that you'd like to pitch, fill it out. Whether you're a veteran-owned business, an organization that contributes to veterans in the veteran community and their family members, doesn't matter. We would like to hear from you, the community. So please fill out the Be a Guest form today, right here on dvradio.net.
Yay!
We're turning more into NPR every day.
I don't think so.
Why I'm wearing my sweater vest as we speak.
Oh my God.
But in the tradition of DV radio, that's all that I'm wearing.
You know what's funny, Recoil? I can actually see in you wearing a sweater vest back in the day.
And no pants.
maybe a European Speedo that just barely holds that one ball in your dick in and the other one's falling out. Oh my God. Jesus, where did this show go? Holy fuck. You guys heard in the break a little snippet, David Libby Contraband. That is an actual show that is coming to dvradio.net. A lot of you have been asking, when are we getting more shows? What are these shows? What are they about? Yada, yada, yada. It's a show that is, I can't give too much away, but it's a talk show. Anywhere from half an hour to an hour. It's really great. David Libby is, if you don't know, the founder and the creator of SOSRA, which you can check out at sosraband.com. and we played his album here on dvradio.net, as well as Warrior Service. Go to warriorservice.org to find out more information about that. It's basically an all-stop shop for veterans that he's trying to make a reality. He's been trying to raise money to get a lot of things going. What would go on at Warrior Service is the rehabilitation, helping in technical areas so they can make a living for themselves, i.e. welding, woodworking, metalworking, pretty much anything and everything that you could imagine. Everything would be right there at Warrior Service. I believe there's something as far as to say some type of housing for them as well. So yeah, go check that out. That's warriorservice.org, as well as SOSRA Band. All proceeds, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I will correct it if I'm wrong, but I believe the proceeds that go to SOSRA also goes to Warrior Service. So yeah, he's not doing it for himself. Trust me, this guy recorded some shows and has started a new album. Hopefully, we'll hear that coming out soon. I don't know when. I can't wait to hear it. But yeah, that's coming out in a couple of months. Contraband, be ready for it. I think you guys will like it. It's totally different. It's just a veteran talking to bands and actors and stuff like that get out there and help the veteran community themselves, whether it's USO tours or a concert to benefit a Gold Star family or just veterans in general. People like Five Finger Death Punch and all that. That's the people we're talking about. I know a lot of you guys will be interested in some of the guests that he might be able to bring on and that he is bringing on. So, like I said, stay tuned for more information for that. And yes, Nevermore, Recoil's not wearing pants. Excuse me. I'm tasting that chicken I had earlier. Oh.
Right.
Oh, man. Yeah, you know how me and Recoil hate that Six chews on air? Google.
Do I know what?
You know how Recoil and myself hates when Six is chewing food on air in his mic?
Yes.
Yeah, so during the pre-show, me and Recoil were so hungry. He's eating cereal, crunching at the bits, and I'm over here slapping my jaws with chicken and fries.
Well,
we were going to town.
That was during the pre-show you missed.
Yes, the pre-show that you and Six both missed. And yes, DB Gump, we will be posting info on that as time nears for the first episode to air. It'll be a monthly show as of right now, just so everybody knows. But trust me, you guys are going to love it, I believe. Oh, me. Woo. Well, I think we've hung around long enough. I think we need a break. If you didn't know it, you can go over to mydvstore.com right now. Pre-order anything and everything that's on there, whether it's something that's from the past or something that, we recently added. If it's there, you can pre-order it. If it has a color, you can pre-order it. If it doesn't have a color, that means you can't order it in another color. Come on, use some fucking common sense. That's mydvstore.com. Get over there, get your pre-orders in. We don't know how long that's going to be up, so you better do it today. When it's gone, it's gone. I'm sorry, mydvstore.com. If you didn't already know or you haven't already been doing it, go over to smile.amazon.com. Make DV Farm your charity of choice. With no hidden fees or extra costs, you can give back to the DV Farm just by purchasing items there on smile.amazon.com. They give a percentage of your shopping cart price to the DV Farm directly. Again, that's smile.amazon.com, and make sure that DV Farm is your charity of choice. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can go over to dvfarm.org/donate. You can give directly with PayPal or a credit or debit card of your choosing. Yes, you do not have to use PayPal. That's dvfarm.org/donate. We'll be back right after this, the Barracks Talk on dvradio.net.
The air is unfit to breathe and our food is unfit to eat. Is the whole world gone crazy?
It's a fucking playground of profanity.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Bitch, if I could counterfeit money, I wouldn't be here buying off-brand generic Cheetos. Last time I checked, this was fucking America.
You can't handle the truth!
There are people out there that will harm you just for the sake of harming you. because it makes their lumpy little dicks hard.
Yes.
The only reason we're having a gun control debate is because we have the fucking luxury to have it. You think kids in Israel or fucking Rwanda are getting involved in a gun debate?
What you talking about, Willis?
Fuck no. They're training and preparing to defend themselves.
We are with you, sire, for Sparta, for freedom, to the death.
You want to put an end to this shit? The best way to mitigate the risk of mass shootings, quit creating soft targets like gun-free zones, and educate yourself.
Today, we're going to learn how to bite an apple.
How about you place a few armed guards at the schools, and I guarantee this shit will stop. I mean, hell, it's not like you're spending the money on the kids' education anyway, right? This shot grouping has been brought to you by me, Bender.
Now class is dismissed, gentlemen.
DV Radio.
Don't miss the next episode of the Service Dog Show with PTSDog. This episode features guest Bill Austin, a U.S. Army and Air National Guard veteran who has dealt with some challenging access issues with his service dog. That's the Service Dog Show with PTSDog, Sunday, March 4th at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on DV Radio, WDVR.
Stay tuned to
WDVR
from
DVRadio.net.
We don't break the laws. We just make up our own.
DV Radio.
The number one stop on the internet for veterans and service members. WDVR on DVRadio.net.
You big dummy. When the president lies, it's not called a lie. It's called executive privilege. I'm Fred G. Sanford, and the G is for Guadalcanal. Want to see my diary? Were you a veteran? That's right. Oh, did you see much action? Well, only on leave.
And now, it's time to find out what stupid junk is in the news.
Hey, Bo, I asked you if we were doing news, and you said no. So I didn't look for anything. But I do have a story right here waiting.
No. Wait. Back up the bus. Beep, beep, beep. You wanted to do news in the second segment. I said, no, we're not doing junk in the news just quite yet.
No, I didn't. Oh, man. I thought you said no Google. Because I didn't send you any links.
I've got it recorded, Google. We can go back after this show and I can play it for ya. I mean, we don't have to do junk that's in the news. I can take that intro out of the podcast. You know this.
Well, I do actually have a story that is quite funny.
Oh, wait. Before you go into that story, Google, let me tell you guys something. With all the news that's been going on around the world this week, Google has no fucking news to give me. But then I go, is there any news this week in the pre-show, right? Oh, no, I've not. There's just been nothing in the news. Okay,
I didn't say there was nothing in the news. I said I didn't have any news.
Woman, let me finish. So I said, okay, that's okay. By the time Junk in the News comes on, we'll have a story. I guarantee it, won't we? Well, I don't know. I want to talk about this, that, and the other, but 6 has a subcategory for every subcategory of every topic of every subcategory. But apparently, 6 didn't have a subcategory for every subcategory of every topic of every sub-fucking category. So thus, we're going to listen to this news article that Google found at the last fucking possible moment, and then she wants to blame me for not having a Junk in the News section. And I bring to you Google's Junk in the News.
Well, apparently, a man in Grayson, Georgia, I don't know what the fuck people in Georgia are thinking, but this guy was arrested because he gave a goat whiskey and cocaine, and he is currently being held on an ICE detainer.
He must have thought he was going to make some cheese with that Coke.
I'm like, Oh man, what were they trying to do?
What are you doing?
I know. Oh man. It's crazy. No, I honestly, all I've heard about this week in the news is fucking guns, and then the NRA sucks, and, yeah, I mean.
Well, about 12 companies have dropped. Go ahead, Recoil.
Maybe the goat guy was on a date.
About 12 or so, probably more by this airing, companies have dropped the NRA. They're not sponsoring them. They want nothing to do with them. All because of your wonderful media that you love to listen to, if you're one of those fucking assholes.
Oh, the media that allowed, what's her name, Dana Lash, to be yelled at during the town hall, and while they're screaming child murderer, and then she confronts the people on CNN the next day, and the lady's like, the host, she's like, we never said that you were a child murderer. And she's like, I didn't say that you specifically said it, but you allowed the platform to keep going.
The same.
Well, I don't believe you on that.
I'll get flack for this.
I find it so amusing how they hate the NRA so much, and they're so vehemently against the NRA when they're too stupid to realize that the NRA wouldn't even exist without the millions of Americans that support the NRA and finance it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get flack for this, but going back to this media fiasco, the same media that for 8 years said, oh, Obama's going to change the gun laws, when he never really done anything or said anything, and every time someone got shot, well, let's pray for them. Let's pray for them. You know, this is an outrage. Let's pray for them. And if you pray, that's wonderful. I'm glad you do. But praying isn't going to stop or change anything. I know, we've only been on this earth for over 5,000 years as human beings, and yet we still pray to something that isn't actually helping in that moment. I mean, I'm not trying to detract from religion, but...
Well, it's one of those, like, thoughts and prayers are phenomenal, but they're not solving the issue. They're not doing anything, like, that's...
Yeah, I think Marquis brought it up last week about, someone said something about, prayers aren't helping. And I actually watched the news the day after the kid killed all these kids and people down in Florida. There was a pastor on there that said, you know what? And he said exactly what you just said, Google. Thoughts and prayers are wonderful, but it isn't solving anything. We can sit here and I'm praying for you and God is helping all we want, but it's not physically helping anything. That's coming from a pastor, a Christian pastor in a fucking Bible Belt state. Do you not understand how big that is? Like,
it's like...
Really quick, speaking of pastors and religion, Billy Graham passed away at the age of 99 just the other day, and they actually had his funeral procession today all the way down to Charlotte, and I think he was supposed to end up there at 3 o'clock. But they're going to basically display his body this week. So if you're one of those followers of Billy Graham or liked what he said or anything, and you're able to go see all that, that's happening this coming week.
Yeah.
But back to this goat and cocaine and what was he trying to like make some dairy food or something?
No, he was working at like a goat farm and he decided to give the goat some cocaine and whiskey.
Oh, so it was one of those watch is moments.
Must have been. And the fact that he's obviously here illegally, otherwise ICE would not have a detainer out on him.
Well, I mean, maybe the detainer was on the goat. Maybe it's from ISIL.
No, the ICE detainer is for the guy, not the goat.
Did he at least bring some goat hookers?
No, he did not.
Every time I hear cocaine and goats, all I can think about is when I was in Mississippi and we called the supply desk in the talk room and told them that the hotel we were staying at, we woke up, there was a goat with its throat slashed, a dead hooker, and a case of cocaine thrown everywhere, and she, like it was funny. She lost her shit. She went to our E6, and he got the phone, and the first words out of his mouth, "What do you need?" Like, the first words out of his fucking mouth, "What do you need?" Well, we need CSI to clean this shit up. But yeah, it was.
We need lots of baggies.
we need lots of little bitty dice baggies, man.
Man. Hey, does anyone know where Wayne County, Pennsylvania is?
Apparently in Waynes County, Pennsylvania.
Well, I mean,
somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Well, if you happen to live in Wayne County, Pennsylvania, there is a church there that plans to hold a blessing ceremony for assault weapons owned by worship.
Oh my god, that reminds me of a meme that I've seen about fucking popes blessing water and shit. It goes like, could a pope bless the ocean? If so, is the whole ocean blessed, or does the pope have a certain range with which he can bless water? So therefore, could the pope bless the ocean?
It's a 3-meter radius.
Well, the Rod of Iron Ministries is an offshoot of the Unification Church, and they are the ones that are holding a gun blessing ceremony.
The name alone makes me just want to, pull out the KY jelly.
sounds more like a porn production company than a church.
All I thought about was fucking Ron Jeremy walking in a fucking robe saying, "I blesseth thee with my seed." Grab my iron rod.
I'm hanging out with the rod of iron.
Right?
Here comes Ron Jeremy. This is the rod of iron.
Well, so are we supposed to? I mean,
how do you bless a fucking gun?
The same way they used to bless swords before warriors went into battle.
Yeah, but this is completely different than a sword. These things kill people, Recoil.
Is it because they're black?
Well, guns are designed to kill people.
Yeah, so are swords.
I
stab people. I stab 4 or 5 people every day. That's an ICP song if you guys didn't know it. Yes, I love the old ICP. Go fuck yourselves, okay? I was a kid once too.
Bobo the Juggalo.
You know what? I used to actually love Bozo the Clown. What's the old man from the Today Show that used to do the Smuckers birthdays? I can't think of his damn name.
I don't watch the Today Show, so.
Okay, Google. We know you're left, right, middle, between wing person. We know.
Well, I was just saying that I don't watch the Today Show because by the time I'd watch it, it will be tomorrow.
We don't watch your lefty communist bullshit.
Willard Scott, that's his name. He was actually the original Bozo the Clown.
Oh, boy.
Just so you all know. A little fun fact for you guys.
Oh, yay. Oh, yay. All right. I have 2 more news stories.
Wait a minute. I believe when Junk in the News started out, Google said she had 1 article that she had found that she wanted to get out. Now she's had 3 extra stories.
I can find plenty of news.
And people wonder why I'm losing my fucking mind.
This is also from Georgia. A Georgia woman burns down 20 homes after losing her house in a divorce. So this lady was very mad because her ex-husband, got the house, and so she wanted to burn the house down, and in the meantime, burn down 20 other homes in the neighborhood.
Well, bless her heart.
If he got the house, she cheated.
I was about to say, some shit went down.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. And someone else burnt their house down also. This is in Detroit. This man wanted to get rid of some skunks. And so he used smoke bombs to force the skunks out. and he set his house on fire.
I'm trying to drink Dr. Pepper. And this guy uses stink bombs to scare skunks away. Have you guys ever smelled of these damn things? Oh my god. I'd rather smell a fucking skunk.
Oh man.
Oh.
So there you have it. So there's your stupid people burning down their fucking houses.
Jesus.
Like, come on. How stupid can you be? Oh, there's got to be an easier way to get rid of skunks. You can't really trap them. I know that, because then they'll just spray.
There used to be this, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. I'm pretty sure Recoil has. But there used to be this magazine called the Blair Magazine where you bought the ridiculous items that you see on TV plus a ton more. Well, they used to have this, it looked like a fucking steak with digital buttons on it, which it basically was. And you put it in your yard and it made this sonic wave that kept rodents out of your yard. Like, it was made for moles and skunks and rats, and I'm like, I was 8 at the time, I think, and was thinking, people actually think this is going to work? Like,
they have a new one out now that I actually want to try it. It's basically like a fucking sprinkler for your lawn, but it's got a motion detector on it, so like when critters come up and try and eat shit out of your flower beds, it hoses them down.
Oh shit, I want that.
Yeah,
I want that just for the dogs.
Work.
I want that just to watch the dogs fucking lose their minds.
Right. put it right where they shit. It's a bidet.
That's a bidet for dogs.
Oh,
the doggy bidet.
Oh my god, that would be great though. That would be a great fucking prank. Thank you, Recoil. Thank you.
Right?
Well,
that's like the fly assault gun. Have you guys heard of that and seen that? It's a salt gun that you use to kill flies with. You load it up with salt, you shoot it, and it kills the fly.
What is it, like a little shotgun?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like a little Nerf gun that you fill it up with salt, and I guess you pump it once or twice, and it shoots I guess like a teaspoon of salt out, and it kills the fly each time.
That'd be great to get hit in the fucking eye with.
Man, I've heard that thing go off, and it sounds like a paintball gun. Like, salt hurts when you, like, get it on your elbow and rub it across the table. So imagine that shit hitting you in the fucking face. Get some rock salt.
Man.
Get some rock salt in that bitch. I told you not to touch my cookies, Timmy.
Salt to the eye, motherfucker.
Oh, man.
Have you ever gotten salt in your eye, like an actual granule of salt?
Yes, I have, and it sucks.
Oh my god, I thought shampoo and soap and shit like that was bad. Fuck that. Salt's got it beat. It's like a little piece.
Second only to the fucking habanero that I wiped into my fucking eye one day when I was cutting it up.
I don't know. I don't know.
That was genius. I'm like, I felt something in the corner of my eye, and I'm like, wipe, not thinking that I just got done cutting up habanero peppers. Yeah, that sucked.
So I take it salt in your eye is worse than a burning ash in your eye.
Well,
that's a fun one too.
I was gonna say, I know Recoil knows about this because I kind of like have them on the same wavelength, except salt dissipates in your eyeball. But salt is almost like that metal shaving that you get in your fucking eyeball. and can't get out.
Sweet.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
So talk about some fucking pain. Get the tiniest microscopic piece of fucking metal in your eyeball one fucking time.
No thanks. I will pass.
You gotta wait till it gets a rust ring around it to figure out exactly where it's at.
Yep.
Right.
Unless you want to shell out a shit ton of money and go to the fucking emergency room.
Oh man.
Oh my god. Woo. Looks like there's only 6 minutes of the show left. What should we do, Recoil?
Talk for 6 minutes.
Damn.
Well then.
Actually, we are going to be revamping the DV Farm website come really soon. We're in the works of it now. So if you guys see any changes made to that, don't worry. We know it because we done it. But hopefully it'll make it easier to navigate. And for any of you that need to get the word out to other people, hopefully we'll have a way to fill out the form. Then, yeah, hopefully. No promises, but we'll try. Because, this is DV. Dysfunctional is our first name. We put the fun in dysfunctional.
Okay.
All I can think of is fucking Vacation. What's his name? Marty Moose.
Oh.
Yep, that's me.
So who won the T-shirt slogan contest?
No one yet.
We're still working on that. We are getting ready to put the poll up. Or Bo is getting ready to put the poll up. I did send him the top 7 choices.
That's Marquis' specialty.
Well,
see, the problem with
he's not around.
Recoil, see.
Oh, that's true.
See, Recoil.
Occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
Recoil, the problem with her sending me those 7 slogans is they were in Messenger, and I'm going to have to retype those now, so I'm going to have to go back into Messenger and find them, because Messenger doesn't let me copy and paste because it hates me.
How do you want me to send it to you? I can retype them. I can copy and paste and email them.
Oh my god, she can email you guys! I never thought of that.
I sent them at 10 o'clock last night?
I don't know.
Man, I was sitting on the couch.
So the latest thing from the left is they're trying to remove the word man from everything.
Oh, I know. Isn't it great? Isn't it
Including
fantastic?
woman.
I know, because it's offensive. It's very offensive. You know what happens when you're offended? Nothing.
So what are we going to call seamen now? Oh my god, I'm lost.
Sea creatures, sea people.
What are those little
people?
What are those fucking little sea monkeys? That's what they are. That never fucking grew into shrimp like they were supposed to when you were a kid. You remember those damn things? Fucking wasted $15.
They got the little magnifying glasses in the little container.
You would see something moving, but come to find out it was the eggs that were fucking falling down to the bottom, and you would tap on the fucking plastic aquarium that came with that $15 where, it probably took $2 to fucking build.
Right?
Oh my god. And do you know what a Mexican jumping bean actually is?
It's a Mexican that jumps.
Whoa. What? I heard a low, high-pitched voice. What'd you say, Recoil?
So isn't there a worm inside of them?
Yes, and that is some creepy-ass fucking shit, man. What the fuck did you say, Google? What was that?
I said it's a Mexican that jumps.
It's a Mexican that jumps? Oh my god.
I knew that was not the correct answer, but it was so funny.
We lost all one of our listeners tonight, thanks to Google. It's been a fun ride, you guys, right here on dbradio.net, Barracks Talk. I would say subscribe if you're listening to us on podcast, but I just don't know if it'll do any good. Recoil, if people don't want to hear about Mexican jumping beans, which are filled with Mexicans that jump, as Google says, where can they go?
they can head over to the DV forum at dvbarracks.com. Again, that's dvbarracks.com. Once you get there, you can create yourself a profile using either your Facebook login or you can use your email. Once you have a profile created, go to the top right-hand corner of the screen, click on your profile picture. You can change your picture to any picture you want. You can change your name to any call sign that you want to use, and you're free to peruse the forum in anonymity. It's a pretty awesome place. There's a lot of the typical standard DV humor over there. It's actually a good bit better than the page because you don't have to worry about getting banned for being funny. And there's also my personal favorite section, which is the peer support section. It's brothers and sisters just like you and me looking out for brothers and sisters just like you and me. So again, that's dvbarracks.com.
That's right. You don't have to be like Google and get banned and misguided by making a joke. Head over to dvbarracks.com for the DV forum today.
dvbarracks.com.
Yay!
Right now. Like I said earlier, go check out our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Dysfunctional Veterans, DV Radio. Twitter is at DV_DV Radio. We are on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, if you're wondering why the Shots Fired Tide Pod Challenge is no longer up there, you can thank YouTube. They put a strike against us because Tide Pod Challenge was in our title. No, it was not due to Shots Fired. I tried to dispute it twice. They told me no. So we now officially have one strike against our channel. Thanks, YouTube. We love you because, you know, freedom of speech and creativity and all of that bullshit that you claim that you want to help us with. Anyway, go over there, subscribe, try to help us out. We are trying to look for other platforms and other ways to get our media out to you. So in the meantime, you can help bring more quality or better quality and more stuff to you by donating to DV Radio right there on dvradio.net. Just hit that donate button. It'll take you to our PayPal page, and you can donate $1, $10, $100,000 that your uncle left you in his will. It doesn't matter. You can do it once. You can do it reoccurring. We actually have one recurring donor, Mr. Pig. Thank you. We adamantly appreciate it, and it is going to good use. I promise you that it's all going back into DV Radio for the website, music license, all of that good stuff and stuff that we're trying to bring to you guys in the future. Am I leaving anything out? Google My DV Store. You want to tell them one more time? Or not? I'll tell you. If you didn't know it, you can go over to mydvstore.com and pre-order anything that's on the website. If it's on the website, you can pre-order it. If it has a color choice, you can choose any color that you want. So go over there right now. That's mydvstore.com. Pre-order anything. I seriously do not know how long it's going to last, so get over there and get it while you still can. Recoil.
As always, be safe and keep looking out for each other, fuckers.
And Google, are you still muted? Apparently, Google doesn't want to end the show, but we have to, sadly. Until next week, Flexicles. Bye-bye!
Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter.
That's all, folks.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
Radio. Penis, 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 penis. Night, everybody.